Hello friends, in the previous lecture we have seen the methods to solve LPP such as simplex method, two-phase method. Today we are going to see a very important concept regarding to linear programming problem, and it is known as duality. So what is duality? So consider what is a dual problem. A dual problem is again an LP problem. Closely associated with the original primal is also known as primal LP problem. So given the original LP problem, we will say that now onwards it is a primal LP problem. So given primal, we are able to find a very close associated LP problem, and that LP problem we are going to say that it is a dual LP problem. So to find this dual LP problem, what is the use of this dual LP problem? The optimal solution of dual problem can be obtained from its primal. So once you know the solution of primal, you are able to find the solution of its dual. So they are very closely associated with each other. Now to find the dual of given problem, the problem should be, that is the original problem should be in equation form with the RHS to be non-negative and all decision variables greater than or equal to 0. So consider original LP problem. The original means primal LP problem should be in equation form with non-negative RHS and all decision variables non-negative. So consider a LP in equation form. I will say this is my primal problem, that is original problem. Consider the problem, maximize or minimize, it may be anything, maximize or minimize z is equal to c1x1 plus c2x2 plus dot dot cnxn subject to constraints a11x1 plus a12x2 plus a1nxn is equal to b1, a21x1 plus a22x2 plus a2nxn is equal to b2, and so on. The last constraint am1x1 plus am2x2 plus amnxm is equal to bm with all variables x1, x2, xn greater than or equal to 0. So consider this primal. I will write down this primal as I have the primal variables. Consider the primal variables x1, x2, etc. xn. These are the primal variables. Their objective coefficients, see the objective coefficients C1, C2, Cn. So these are the objective coefficients of primal. C1 to Cn, these are nothing but objective coefficients of primal. Now consider the column coefficients A11, A21, AM1. These are the column coefficients of X1. A12, A22, etc. AM2 column coefficients of X2, and similarly these are A1n, A2n, etc. AMN. And what is the RHS of primal? RHS of primal is B1, B2, etc. BM. So see what we are going to do now. There are 4 rules to find dual. The first rule is that a dual variable is defined for each primal equation. That is constraint, but we convert it to equation. So a dual variable is defined for each primal equation. So this is first constraint. For that we will define some primal. So these are the dual variables. The dual variables are defined for each primal. So for first primal we will define y1. For this second primal, our second dual variable will be y2, etc. For this, the dual variable will be ym. So a dual variable is defined for each primal equation. This is first equation, we define dual variable y1. For the second primal equation, dual variable is y2. For the mth primal equation, dual variable is y. So a dual variable is defined for each primal equation. Second, a dual constraint is assigned for each primal variable. So if you consider a primal variable, that gives us a dual constraint. How to get this dual constraint? So the coefficients, columns coefficient. So the coefficients of primal equations, suppose I will consider these coefficients of primal equation. Primal variable is x2. I will say primal variable. See, the coefficients of primal variable, I will consider x2. The coefficients of x2 are a12, a22, am2, etc. So the column coefficients of primary variable gives the left hand coefficients of the dual constraints and its objective coefficient gives right hand side of the constraint. Means if you consider the variable x2, these are the coefficients of x2. What they gives us? They will give us the left hand side coefficients of the dual constraint and its objective coefficient, that is C2, gives the right hand side of the dual constraint. So we will see when we solve the examples, this C2 will give us the right hand side. This is our third rule. And the fourth rule is, see this right hand side constants of this primal. So these right hand side constants of primal equals the objective coefficients of the dual. So these are the 4 rules for forming dual. The first rule, the dual variable is defined for each primal equation. So if your first primal equation, see, for this primal equation we have one dual variable. I will denote the dual variable by y1. For this I have second y2, dual variable y2. Similarly for this dual variable will be y. So y1, y2, y are the dual variables associated with each primal equation. That is our first. Second, a dual constraint is assigned for each primal variable. So if you consider the primal variable x1, its coefficient, this coefficient gives the coefficients of dual constraint and its objective gives the right hand side of the dual constraint. So each primal variable gives us one dual constraint, that is second. Then these coefficients gives the left hand side of the dual constraint and its objective coefficient gives the RHS, and these RHS of the primal gives the objective coefficients of the dual. For example, so what happens, remember, if you have in primal the objective function may be of maximization or minimization. What happens in dual? In dual, the objective will be, if in primal the objective maximization, in dual the objective will be minimization. If here the objective is minimization, here the objective will be maximization. The constraints are, for minimization the constraints are greater than or equal to, for maximization the constraints are less than or equal to, and the variables are always unrestricted. So you can remember that if you have maximization and minimization, if you have in maximization, if the constraints are maybe greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, or equal to. In minimization, the correspondings are variables. If these are the constraints, here they become variable. If the constraints are greater than or equal to, the variables will be less than or equal to 0. Constraint is less than or equal to, variables will be greater than or equal to 0. And if the constraint is equal to, variables are unrestricted in sign. Now suppose in maximization consider the variables, then in minimization they becomes constraints. So if either the variables are greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to 0, or unrestricted in sign. If the variables are greater than or equal to 0, the constraint is also greater than or equal to. If the variables are less than or equal to 0, the constraint is less than or equal to. And if the variables are unrestricted, the constraint become equal to. So if once you remember this, you are able to see what will be the changes in dual corresponding to the primal. So see example. So this is our given primal problem. To find its dual, what you have to do? Write down this in equation form with RHS to be non-negative and all decision variables greater than or equal to 0. So to write down this is equation form, because the constraints are less than or equal to, you have to add slack variable. So write down this in equation form. In equation form, we will get our primal. See what is it? Maximize Z is equal to 5x1 plus 3x2 subject to constraints 2x1 plus 7x2 plus s1 equal to 10. You can say x3, x4, the variable names you are able to choose. And similarly, you can take here x3 or take s1. x3 means now x3 is slack variable. Similarly, 9x1 plus 8x2 plus I will take slack variable x4 equal to 6, and x1, x2, x3, x4 all greater than or equal to 0. Now see this. This is our primal in equation form. See what we are doing now. Corresponding to each primal equation, we are assigning dual variable. So I will assign the dual variable y1 and y2 corresponding to this primal equation. Dual variables are y1 and y2. Because we have taken x3 and x4 as plus slack variables, we will add this 0x3 and 0x4. So this is our maximization. What happens in dual? See what happens in dual. The first change, because this is maximization, in dual it becomes minimization. So if the primal is maximization, in dual the objective will be minimization. Similarly, if the primal is objective is minimization, in dual the objective become maximization. So because here the objective is maximization, in dual it become minimization. I will say W is equal to, now there are two variables y1 and y2. These are dual variables. Now see, these RHS of the primal become the objective coefficients of the dual variable. So I have W is equal to 10y1 plus 6y2. Observe that the RHS of primal constraint gives the objective coefficients of the dual variables. So 10y1 plus 6y2. Minimize Z is equal to, subject to constraints. Now see the first constraint. So consider the coefficients of x1. So 2y1, I am considering the first column now for x1. So we get 2y1 plus 9y2. 2y1 plus 9y2. Because it is minimization, the constraints are greater than or equal to. So 2y1 plus 9y2 greater than or equal to 5. Now see second column. I have 7y1 plus 8y2 greater than or equal to 3. Third column, x3. So for x3, that is y1. Now there is no x3, so 0x3 means 0y2 greater than or equal to 0. And fourth column, there is no x4, so 0y1 plus y2 greater than or equal to 0. Observe that. What I have done, because x3 and x4 they are not present both here, I will write down this as 0x4 and here write down this as 0x3. When you consider third column, you should consider x3. So for x3 the coefficient is 0. Similarly for x4, here there is no x4, so coefficient is 0. So each column is considered. 2y1 plus 9y2 greater equal 5, first objective coefficient. 7y1 plus 8y2 greater equal 3. Next, for x3, there is no x3 means 0x3 greater equal 0. There is no x4. So 0 y1 plus 1 y2 greater equal 0. And y1 and y2 are unrestricted inside. So see what we have done. These RHS of primal gives the objective coefficients of dual. That is your first. Second, you have to consider the column, the first column 2y1 plus 9y2, because it is the dual with minimization, we have greater than or equal to the objective coefficient. So now if you observe this RHS, what is it? Objective coefficients in the primal. So RHS in dual is nothing but the objective coefficients of primal. The RHS of primal is nothing but the objective coefficients of dual, and the column coefficient gives the corresponding constraints of the dual. So this is, now see, if you observe this, y1 is greater than or equal to 0. Here y2 is greater than or equal to 0. So what we get? Minimize these two constraints. This is known as y1 is greater than or equal to 0, and this is y2 is greater than or equal to 0. So if you observe this table, see the table. If the variables, those variables, all these variables are greater than or equal to 0, x1, x2, x3, x4, all the variables are greater than or equal to 0, in minimization the constraints becomes greater than or equal to 0. So if the variables are greater than or equal to 0, implies that here also all the constraints are greater than or equal to 0. Now because the constraints are less than or equal to 0, if you consider this constraint in maximization, they are less than or equal to constraint, implies that these variables should be greater than or equal to. So you can see the tables. In maximization, because the constraint is less than or equal to, in minimization the variables are greater than or equal to 0. So you can observe this in this form, that is, given maximization problem and in minimization, what are the changes you are able to see from this table. So this is one example to find dual. See another one. Consider this problem. You want to find the dual of this problem. So first thing is, to find the dual, you have to write down this in equation form. So see the equation form. We are writing the primal in equation form. So what is the primal? Minimize z is equal to 2x1 plus 3x2 subject to constraints, 5x1 plus 7x2, because it is equal to, we have, there is no need to add variables. Then 4x1 plus 6x2, because it is greater than or equal to, subtract surplus variable x3 equal to 1. And here it is x1 minus x2, because it is less than or equal to we have to add slack variable equal to 8. And all the variables x1, x2, x3, x4 all greater than or equal to 0. What we are doing? We are adding x3, x4 extra. So we will take 0 x3, 0 x4. Here 0 x3, 0 x4. Here there is no x4, so I will say 0 x4. There is no x3, so I will say 0 x3. And all the variables are greater than or equal to 0. So see, this is primal in equation form with all RHS to be non-negative and all the variables to be greater than or equal to 0. Now you are able to write down dual. How to write down dual? With each primal constraint, assign a dual variable. I will say the dual variables are y1, y2 and y3. So with respect to each constraint, we are assigning one dual variable. Correspondingly, we are assigning y1, y2 and y3. So because the primal is minimization, the dual become maximization. W is equal to. Now see this RHS coefficient. They will give us objective of dual. So I get 9y1 plus 1y2 plus 8y3 subject to constraints. The first constraint means the column of x1 together with the objective coefficient of x1. So I am considering total x1. This will give RHS and this coefficient will give our LHS. So see, we get 5y1 plus 4y2 plus 1y3. Because the problem is maximization, the constraints are less equal to. See the second. 7y1 plus 6y2 minus y3 less equal 3. See the third. 0y1 minus y2 0y3 less equal 0. And fourth, 0y1 plus 0y2 plus y3 less equal 0. And y1, y2, y3 unrestricted. So this is dual. Now see the meaning of these constraints. See what this gives. This gives minus y2 less equal 0. Minus y2 less equal 0 means that y2 is greater than or equal to 0. What do we get here? We get y3 less equal 0. Here we get y3 less equal 0. And there is no y1, so y1 is unrestricted in sign. So you can write down the dual as maximize W is equal to 9y1 plus y2 plus 8y3 subject to 5y1 plus 4y2 plus y3 less than or is equal to 2, 7y1 plus 6y2 minus y3 less than or equal to 3, and these three we have written as y2 greater than or equal to 0, y3 less than or equal to 0 and y1 is unrestricted. So observe now, see, if you consider this primal, in primal whenever we have equality for the first constraint, the first constraint is equality. See, if the constraint is equality, now see in minimization. So what happens? If the constraint is equality, means that the variable is unrestricted. So see, first constraint is equality, so first dual variable is unrestricted. If you see this constraint is greater equal. So if in minimization the constraint is greater equal, the variable is also greater than or equal to 0. So if you see second variable, y2 variable is greater than or equal to 0. In minimization, See the constraint. In minimization, the constraint is less than or equal to. If the constraint is less than or equal to in minimization, in maximization, the variable should be less than or equal to 0. See that y3 is less than or equal to 0. So, in minimization, if the constraint is equality, because first constraint is equality, if the constraint is equality, the variable is unrestricted. So our y1 variable comes to be unrestricted. If you see second constraint, it is greater than or equal to. In minimization, if the constraint is greater than or equal to, the variable is also greater than or equal to 0. So observe that y2 is greater than or equal to 0. And similarly, third one, here the constraint in minimization, the constraint is less than or equal to. Observe the variable, this is also less than or equal to. So observe that y3 is also less than or equal to 0. So what we have seen here, you have to write down the equation form, and then according to that, this right hand side gives us the objective function. The first column together with this first coefficient, this is the LHS of the first constraint and this is the RHS of the first constraint. LHS of second constraint and RHS of second constraint, etc. LHS of third constraint together with RHS of third constraint. Similarly, this column, that is fourth column, gives LHS of fourth constraint together with RHS of fourth constraint. And all the variables, firstly we write down unrestricted and then see the meaning of that, and according to that you have to write. So last answer you have to write down, maximize W is equal to together with these two and this one. Y2 greater than or equal to 0, Y3 less than or equal to 0 and Y1 to be unrestricted. See one more example where we consider unrestricted variable to get the idea. So consider the example. Find dual of the problem. Maximize z is equal to 7x1 plus 3x2 subject to constraints 2x1 plus 5x2 equal, I will say so that, then 8x1 plus 10x2 less than or equal to 4 and x1 unrestricted and x2 greater than or equal to 0. Consider this problem. To find the dual, what you have to write down first? You have to write down this problem in equation form with RHS non-negative and all the decision variables greater than or equal to 0. But here what happens? x1 is given to be unrestricted. So what you have to write down? You have to express x1 as the difference of two non-negative variables, that is x1 plus minus x1 minus. So I will write down first x1 as x1 plus minus x1 minus, and therefore our equation form, that is our primal, will be maximize z is equal to 7x1 plus minus 7x1 minus. Write down x1 as difference of x1 plus and x1 minus where both are greater than or equal to 0 plus 3x2 subject to constraints 2x1 plus minus 2x1 minus plus 5x2, it is already equal to 6, that is already equality is there, 8x1 plus minus 8x1 minus plus 10x2, we have to add some slack variable, I will say x3 is equal to 4, this x3 is added, so I will say with 0x3 and all the decision variables greater than or equal to 0, that is x1 plus x1 minus x2 x3 all greater than or equal to 0. Because there is no presence of x3, I will add this as 0, x3. So that there will be no x3. So these are the decision variables. Maximize z is equal to this, subject to this constraint. Observe that equations with non-negative RHS and all the decision variables greater than or equal to 0. Once we get primal in this form, what is your dual? Because the primal is maximization, dual will be minimization. So minimize W is equal to, associated with each primal equation, assign a dual variable. So I will assign y1 and y2. What I get? I get the objective of dual as 6y1 plus 4y2 subject to constraint. See the first column, that will give us the first constraint 2y1 plus 8y2, because it is minimization greater than or equal to. So we get 2y1 plus 8y2 greater than or equal to 7. See the second column, minus 2y1 minus 8y2 greater than or equal to minus 7. Third column, 5y1 plus 10y2